Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So look, in this one, I really wanted to dive in and talk a little bit about quarterback from North Dakota State, Trey Lance, who's currently projected as a top 10 pick. And believe it or not, this is actually a highly requested video. Right now, there's a lot of buzz around, Deshaun Watson, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, a lot of moving parts, Matthew Stafford. The quarterback carousel is absolutely crazy, and I feel like Trey Lance is kind of getting lost in the chaos, if you will. Playing at a smaller school, only played one game in 2020, which was essentially like a showcase game, which was kind of odd, but nonetheless, Trey Lance is still a highly talented quarterback, so let's dive in. When people reference or talk about the year 2020, you'll hear terms like, oh, it was the virus year, it was the year of the virus. Well, 2019, the year prior to this past one, that was the year of Trey Lance. When you're looking at Trey Lance, what he put together in that 2019 campaign, it was literally perfect. Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable, okay? 16 games. The North Dakota State Bison played 16 games. They were 16-0 with Trey Lance at the helm. He threw 28 passing touchdowns, 14 rushing touchdowns to 0 interceptions. That's 8+ on pretty much every metric, right? You're not turning the ball over. You're efficient through the air. You're efficient on the ground. You're literally winning every single game possible. 2019 was the year of Trey Lance. When you're looking at his physical makeup, he's a big body dude, 6'4", again, 230 pounds with a huge arm. He does a really good job of putting velocity behind the football. This dude can air it out, okay? You're looking at his mobility. Check the box. He's a downhill runner. Very, very difficult to bring down, especially in open field. He has the athletic ability to make guys miss, but he also has the toughness and the size and the power and the strength to really knock guys down, right? If a cornerback or a safety takes him on head on, there's a really, really good chance he's going to lower the shoulder and pick up that extra 5 or 6 yards falling forward. So Trey Lance, from a physical point of view, pretty much is everything that you want in a quarterback. He plays in a pretty complex offense too. He's taking snaps under center. He's making full field reads. This isn't this basic college spread system where Trey Lance walks up to the line of scrimmage. They're in a classic shotgun spread formation. He claps his hands. The entire offense looks over to the head coach or the offensive coordinator or whoever's calling the plays, and based off of what they're seeing from the defense, they make an adjustment. It's not like that every single play, okay? Lance is dealing with, he has a lot on his plate. So overall, I definitely see the draw with Trey Lance. I mean, there's so many things to like. I didn't even talk about his ability to throw on the run as well, rolling out of bootlegs, where I feel like he can really do damage at the next level. This is the only concern that I have with Lance. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Josh Allen when he was at Wyoming, where he has so many tools. The potential is there. He has an extremely high ceiling, and all it takes is the right coach. I think it just takes a little bit of time and the right coaching staff, and Trey Lance will explode. He will explode onto the scene. I just don't know if he's ready to be that day one immediate starter. I am the franchise. I am the savior. I will take this team out of purgatory. I don't think Trey Lance right now, today, can do that. I think it might take 6, 7, 8 weeks or a full season on the bench to really learn the playbook, to get the seasoning, to practice with teammates, create that chemistry, learn the NFL, the ways of the NFL, truly navigate the waters of the pro league. He's just a little raw, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's just a raw quarterback prospect at this point in time, right? Today, early February, he's raw. He hasn't really played a lot of football. Right? Yeah, we talked about 2019, lit it up, absolutely dominated 16 games. But the year before that, he played in what, 3 games? Not many. The year after, 2020, 1 game. So he hasn't really played a lot of football. And you can tell by the mannerisms on the field, right? Even the footwork especially, where he does this one-step drop out of the shotgun. And I mean, he could be coached like that. I don't know. But to me, that looks like he knows that he's the best athlete on the field. He knows that he's a big dude with a huge arm, that he could fit the ball into tight windows, and he can really push the ball downfield with not much effort. We've seen guys like Josh Allen and Cam Newton have that issue before, where it just almost looks like so nonchalant, to be honest with you. Like, they don't really need to try. So you kind of get that feel with Trey Lance. But again, I feel like the main thing here with Lance, if a team is taking him, you have to have a good foundation in place. I'm not saying weapons galore, a fantastic O-line. I'm saying from a coaching perspective, we truly need to build the offense around Lance. We need to give him time to develop. But I do think there's something to be said about putting a rookie quarterback on the bench. I think it's really beneficial. I know it's not the popular thing to do from a fan's perspective because you want to get the first round quarterback in the games. You want to see what they can do. It's exciting, let alone a top 10 pick. I completely get it. They're the new shiny toy. But I do feel like it's so beneficial for that player specifically. Now they have time to breathe. Now they have time to learn the playbook. Now they have time to really flourish and practice and get to know everybody in the building without this immediate pressure of you are the savior. You need to win games. If you're not winning games, the media is going to come down on you. You might lose confidence, and you have all of these things. It's just essentially just a whirlwind at that point where you're cramming information. You're trying to cram game plans. Some players can do it. Some players can't. Some players are forced to do it when they're not ready, and we've seen what happens. So now let's shift gears and talk a little bit about how Trey Lance factors into the New York Jets plans. Could we see Lance wearing green and white and black next season? I think it's a possibility. I truly do think it's a possibility. If we miss out on the whole Deshaun Watson situation, if we have an enticing offer by one of these teams like the Carolina Panthers, who are sitting, I believe, at spot number 8, if they want to shoot up the draft board to spot number 2 and draft Justin Fields from Ohio State, Zach Wilson from BYU, which I can definitely see them doing because they don't really have that long-term answer. I think if the Jets were to trade back, Carolina would be the team that pulls the trigger to come up. Currently right now, we know Carolina is intrigued with the whole Deshaun Watson thing. They're in talks. They were in talks with Detroit about Matthew Stafford. We know for a fact they're not sold on Teddy Bridgewater long term, and I don't really think they should be. Carolina's the team. Carolina is the team. They're the team right now to where if the Jets want to trade back, if they fall in love with Trey Lance during the draft process, I think 2 might be a little high. I think 2 right now would be a little high for Trey Lance. I think if you want Lance and he's the guy that you really, really want, you can afford to move back a couple of picks to pick 8, like I said, Carolina, possibly Detroit, even though I don't see it because they're trying to rebuild. They have all the draft picks, but I really feel like the Panthers are the sweet spot. You can move back there and you can still land Trey Lance. You can still do it. Okay, so that would kind of have to be the situation. Obviously Stafford's not coming to the Jets. Deshaun Watson, that's still up in the air. If we miss out on him, say Watson goes to, San Francisco or Washington, then we would have the debate between Justin Fields versus Zach Wilson versus Trey Lance. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you like Trey Lance? Would you opt for somebody else? Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, possibly riding it out with Sam Darnold? The Jets can go in a myriad of different directions here. I like Lance a lot. I really, really do. I just don't like him at 2. Now, if the Jets want to trade back, if, Trey Lance is the apple of Joe Douglas's eye, then I would like it because I do trust Mike LaFleur. I do trust the new coaching staff coming in the building. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for sticking with this channel. And go Jets.